Hey guys, what's going on? Mr. Carden here with a really quick math video to get us started for our math lesson. For those of you, and actually, I don't think we haven't seen this page for this. So those of you who are new, and those of you who we just haven't seen this page in a while, I wanted to bring this back because we are going to be working with some um, tens frames and some different manipulatives and stuff. So I wanted to give this to you guys so that you could have it. So all you got to do is click on the manipulative that you would like, and it'll send you to a website that will let you use them. So for today, you might be able to use either these counting blocks or the tens frame, or these little counting chips over here would also be helpful as well. So you can pick whichever one you want for the lesson. All right. Um, other than that, you are definitely going to need the bag of square counters. We're going to need just 9 of them today. We're going to need your tens frame, those little number cards that we've been using, and also the problem set for lesson 23. So our goal today, guys, is that you're going to be able to organize and count 9 um, of our squares. It says varied geometric objects. We're not doing varied. We're all going to be counting our 9 squares in a line and an array to match with the number 9. So we're just going to be um, using our square counters to make 9 in different ways. Okay, just like we've been doing with 8 and 7 and 6. We're going to be using our counters to help us to find different ways to make 9. All right, so before we get started on all of that, I do want to do some activities with you guys. And so we have just started talking about 5 groups. And so I want to continue our practice with those. These are going to be super, super important for you guys. I want you to continue working on this because it's going to make things super fast, super easy next year when you guys get to first grade. Because I know I'm still harping on my kids in first grade that they don't need to count this whole group right here. They don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't have to do that, okay? I want us to get used to looking at this top row and noticing it's full, so that just means 5, okay? Let's not count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes too long. If I see that the whole top row is full, that's 5. And then I can keep counting on from there. So 5, 6, right? And then if I add another one, I've got 5, 6, 7, right? And this one would be 5, 6, 7, 8. And this one would be a whole group. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so notice that nowhere did Mr. Carden ever count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I don't have to do that. Okay, I know that this top row is a row of 5. So in my head, I don't say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I don't say that. I just say 5, right? All right, so we'll keep working on that. It's not going to come quickly, it's not going to come easily, but the more we practice, the more it will be. Now, look here, Mr. Carden is got it so that we have a whole group of 5 on top, 5, and a whole group of 5 at the bottom, 5. So now I can go 5 and 5. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Or if I just know that how to skip count by 5s and go 5, 10, and you can keep going if you had some more, right? But so that's another strategy we'll be working on as we progress through our year, will be our skip counting. All right. So we've got our beans here, our show me beans, and we've talked about how when we count, we always count, we count from left to right with our magic counting sticks, right? And so we're going to do the same thing here. We're just going to count from left to right. We've got 1, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. And so that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look, and notice I'm gonna change colors here because we're gonna do a 5 group, and then we'll switch 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. All right, guys, just to kind of warm our brains up before we get before we get to class. I'm going to read this little problem with you guys, and I want you to think about how you would solve it, and then I will show you how I will solve it. All right, it says to draw a shape that might be a fence for a playground. Okay, so whatever shape you think might be a fence that would go around a playground, you can make that shape. So you could be creative here. It doesn't have to be one certain shape. Whatever shape you create and come up with is your shape, right? Now, what you're going to do is you're going to draw 8 balls inside your fence. So your fence needs to be big enough to be able to fit 8 balls inside it. And then you're going to count the balls, and then you can share your counting with your adult that is helping you. Okay? So you can press pause, grab a piece of paper, grab your marker and marker board, and try this out. So again, you're going to draw a shape that might be a fence for a playground. Make it big. Draw 8 balls inside the fence. Touch and count the balls. And then make sure that you know your adults there listening to you counting as you're touching each of the balls that you've drawn, okay? So press pause and give that a try. When you're ready, press play. All right, guys. So the shape that I'm going to use is I'm just going to use a plain old boring rectangle. You could have come up with any kind of shape, okay? But Mr. Carter's just going to use plain old boring rectangle, and I'm going to put 8 balls inside the fence. So as I'm drawing them in there, I'm going to be counting, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got my 8 balls inside the fence, and now I'm going to go back and I'm going to count them again. 1, and I'm going to start drawing a little path in between them because I don't want to get confused when I'm counting here, right? So I'm going to actually draw a line and touch each of the dots that I have already counted, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. 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 So notice how Mr. Carter and I only touched each dot one time, right? And each time I touched a dot, I counted it until I got to 8. So yours may look very different from mine. I'm excited to see what you tried. So shoot me a picture of what you came up with, and I'm excited to see it. I'm also excited to see you guys in class. So whenever you're ready, go on and hop on to our live session, and I will see you there getting ready to learn about the number 9.